A pint of milk is 568 millilitres. What's the fewest number of pints that you need to make sure that you have 10 litres of milk? 1 litre is 1,000 millilitres. 10 litres is 10,000 millilitres. And we can find this by multiplying both sides by 10. 10,000 divided by 568 can be written like so. However, 568 is a really nasty number to try and divide by, so instead we're going to use an estimate where we say 568 is roughly equal to 550. If we put that in, we end up with 10,000 divided by 550. We can take off a 0 from both sides because they both divide by 10. That leaves us with 1,000 divided by 55, which is much easier. So, 55 into 1 is 0. We then do 55 into 10, which is also 0 because it's less than 55. 55 into 100 though is 1, so we do 100 minus 55, and that leaves us with 45 left over. We drag down the 0 at the end to make 450. 55 times 8 is 440. We subtract 440 from 450, which leaves us with 10, and that's our remainder. So now we have a starting point for our guess of how many pints that we need. We're going to use 18. 568 times 18 will be written out like this, with our long multiplication. The first row will be multiplied by 8, the second row will be multiplied by 10, and the final row will be adding it all together. In the middle row, we're going to use a 0, because that will allow us to multiply by 1 later instead of by 10 throughout. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 times 6 is 48, plus the 6 that we carried over is 54. 8 times 5 is 40, plus the 5 we carried over is 45. 1 times 8 is 8, 1 times 6 is 6, and 1 times 5 is 5. We're going to add it all together now, so 4 plus 0 is 4, 4 plus 8 is 12, 5 plus 6 is 11, plus the 1 we carried over is 12, and 4 plus 5 is 9, plus the 1 we carried over is 10. So now we have 10,224 being 568 times 18. However, is this the smallest number of pints that we can use to store 10 litres? If we think about what 568 times 17 is, it's effectively 1 less than 568 times 18. So if we do that, we end up with 9,656 millilitres. However, this is less than 10 litres, so that means that 18 pints is our final answer. If you like this video, share it with a friend. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.